Why going to Dutch on a date is more important than allowing one person to pay for everything? Why? Because then you won't have to walk on eggshells. You're supposed to come in there as who you are. You're not supposed to come in there as, I'm going to sugarcoat or finesse this dude so that he gives me a good time. And vice versa with a woman, but we're not going to deal with what a woman do to a man. We'll let them try to figure that shit out, okay? But, peep game. This is to protect women, okay? Okay. Women that are not financially able to take themselves out or go on the Dutch should not go out, okay? You should be able to settle your bill even if that man decides to walk out, period, okay? And if he does decide to walk out for any reason, and you know you're not going to pay for anything that you order, let him order it. That's what you do. You tell him what you want, and you let him order it. By him ordering it, that means that the server is looking at him as if he's supposed to pay for it. So women, don't get yourself caught up in stuff. Another thing, a man picks you up like you're going on a date, but then he want to blackmail you that he's not going to take you home. Make sure you got your ride in order, period, okay? Bus fare, cab fare, Uber, train, whatever, walking. Make sure you are comfortable. Now, the reason why I say these things, because as I say, this is a social experiment and I am an observer. During my times in life, I've never had a guy walk out on me. I don't care how big the bill was, okay? Never. Not only that, I've never had one give me ultimatums. Well, if I buy you food, you do this. Now, I did have a drunk Spanish guy from California. We went on a date, and then he told me he wanted to take me to the movies. So I said, okay, when I get time, I'll come and we go to the movies. So I took him to the store to get a sandwich. I knew something was weird because he didn't offer me a sandwich. So I guess he was using me to go take him to get a sandwich. I don't know. But he took me out on a normal date the first time. We kicked the bobo, we laughed or whatever. But he was an alcoholic. Like, you know, I didn't really understand. Well, anyway, he was such an alcoholic, he fell on the ground. Like, he could literally got robbed. Like, literally, pants, pockets, whatever you want to call it. Like, he could have got snook. He fell on the ground like an alcoholic. And he was young. He was young. He had to be at least 30 or younger. Well, anyway, so he got his own vehicle, but he told me to come by, let's go to the movies, and he wanted to stop to get a sandwich. And when he come back out from getting a sandwich, he said, we're going to go to the movies, but after the movies, you're going to suck my dick. And I was like, you know, I'm just laughing because I know for one, I could take this dude down blindfolded. But two, I knew that he really had life fucked up. He didn't know who the fuck I was. So I'm like, okay, here I am being cordial and nice, not giving this guy ultimatums, and he tried me up like this. So I've experienced it before, but I've never been on a serious date. Like if I'm going to an Italian restaurant, if I'm going out to a nice whatever, I've never had the disrespect, okay? Now, recently, I've had a guy who was just completely irritated by my presence because he has anxiety. Yeah, bad anxiety, okay? And when you're around a woman that has a strong will, a strong power, you look to destroy it. So he couldn't cope with it. It was like a demon that could not penetrate the force field. The first thing he told me that was I a witch? He sure did. He said, are you a witch? Then he started using reverse psychology and got on the phone with a woman and started counseling her as if he was a tarot reader, which was strange that I am a tarot reader. So weird things do happen, ladies, but I've never had a guy bail out on me for any reason. I've never had one put me out because I wouldn't let him touch me. Like, I'm not saying it'll never happen. What I'm saying is, so far, I've picked my battles wisely, okay? And I've always put myself in positions where I'm in control, okay? I don't put myself in positions where I'm not in control. I don't want that person to be submissive or subordinate. I don't want to be submissive or subordinate. So back to it. A man pretty much know in the first few seconds if he asks for your number or you digging him. He know if you ready to fuck, if you ready to hang out. 9 out of 10, when a woman give a man her number, she's ready to fuck. I see it all the time. I told y'all I could have 5 single women and 5 single men come to a party, and 3 months later, damn, them women, or just one of them women, will be done slept with all 5 of them men. Straight up. Straight up. It's like, women do that. Women fuck. And I don't know. I just feel like it's impossible. Like, how can men go out in groups and hang out, but men can't go out with women and hang out? Like, you went to Dutch with that man, but you can't go to Dutch with the woman and y'all talk about y'all life and stuff. And let me tell you something. When you go to Dutch, you have more respect, meaning it's an even playing field. No walking on eggshells. Nobody has to try to dumb it down to get along. That's right. If you're going to do the interview on even playing fields, right? Like, if he's buying your food, you feel like you don't have to, you can't say certain things because you have to make sure he pay for the food. But if he asks you a question and you want to be honest, you don't have time to be honest and this person don't like your answer, so he decides he want to flip on you, right? You want to be honest at all times, right? That makes a lot of sense. So women, go to Dutch. It's safer for you. And if men, like I said before, if you want to go out and fuck, okay? But you're messing it up for a lot of women who don't want to fuck on the first date, who don't want to fuck for a meal, okay? You just got women out there that just like keeping score. Just like you got men that just like keeping score. So realize that you got to figure out what type of women this man been dealing with. Okay? And remember, they won't block you. They want to see you call them. They want to see you blow their phone up. They want to see you investing attention in them while they ignore you. Because they are suffering on the inside. If you knew how many men on this planet was doing suicide, especially African American men in the United States, you'll rethink that. Go to Dutch. You can really learn the truth about a person. Okay?